Hi, my name is Lydia Rieger. I'm 19 years old and I live in Butler, Pennsylvania. Today I'm going to be talking about dispositions in teaching. When I was going through the survey of all the dispositions, I found that I either agreed or strongly agreed with every single one on that list. And there was not one on there that I disagreed with. That means I possess all the dispositions that we were given. A couple of the dispositions that I think I possess the most are believing that all students can learn and should set and support realistic expectations for student success, and that educators should be committed to the profession of teaching and learning. My reasoning behind why I think these are the most important for me are because showing students that you think anyone can learn regardless of anything makes them believe that they are always capable. And I have always preached that teaching is not just a career, that it's something you should care deeply about and you will feel like you have a calling to it. I never think that it is just a spur of the moment thing that you just think of. And I also believe that it's something you've always wanted to do or it's always something you've been passionate about. It's not just one day you're like, ooh, I want to be a teacher. Personally, for me, I've wanted to be a teacher since I was like 5. So for me, I felt like it was like a calling for me and it's something that I'm always passionate about. But just because I have agreed with all these dispositions does not mean that there are not some that I could work on, some that I don't know more. For example, one thing I think I will need to work on is educators understand the effect of community involvement and servant leadership as it applies to the welfare of others in the educational setting. Although I know that community involvement is a huge in education, I don't think that I have really experienced it so much, so I don't think I know too much about it. I think that as I go in the teaching field, I student teach, work with the students, I'll understand it more easily, but right now it's not something that I really have too much experience with, so I think it's something we're going to have to work towards. And lastly, some very important qualities I think professional educators should display are patience, empathy, and communication. Those are just to name a few, but I think those are the most important. Being patient with the new learners is so important because it's important to remember that just because you know something and it's something you majored in, that it's not something that they're really going to know. Like when you're teaching them math, for example, you'll know the math problems, you'll understand them, but that doesn't mean that they will. So you need to break it down for them and teach it to them the best way that you can. And being able to communicate is not only being able to communicate what needs they have and that they can communicate to you, but also that you can communicate the class and assignment expectations at the beginning, in the middle of the assignment to let them know what they need to do to keep on track. And I think it's very important that you listen to them and just show them what's expected of them and of others in the classroom. Thank you.